Hello, welcome. This is Clara from Creations by Klare. Video, I'm going to be making a fall and Thanksgiving wreath using materials from Dollar Tree, Michael's, and some leftover canvas purchased from Walmart. The materials we'll be using is this 18-inch wire wreath, this burlap material that I had left over from another project, 4 ivory colored mums, 2 red sunflowers, and 2 larger red flowers I pulled from another arrangement I had, and some ribbon from Dollar Tree, ribbon from Hobby Lobby, wire, a glue gun, scissors, and wire cutters. I was going to make this a grapevine wreath, wrap it around the metal, but I decided not to. I went along with adding this burlap, and I had this leftover triangular, so I said, you know what, let me hang this from the bottom. They look like little flags. So the hoop here I'm making, or the loop, is for the hanger, and this is kind of like a heavyweight wire. I think it's maybe 22 low 20s gauge. So I just found that cross piece of wire to the wreath there, and that's where I'm just making loops around, just to make sure that the wire is secure. Just to show you another choice for a loop to hang your wreath, this is a ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and you can want to cut maybe at least a foot or no more than 2 feet of ribbon, and just make a knot at the top there where I'm grabbing it, or either at the bottom. Make sure it's secured to the spot you want to hang it from. Here's some leftover burlap I had from another project, and I'm going to cut like 2 strips. I have it folded over, so each strip is total like 38 inches, and I'm just trying to decide what the width is. I'm going to use this to wrap around the wreath. So I start wrapping near the top, near that loop, and it's very loose, and even I leave little pockets just to make it very kind of casual and loose. So as I'm wrapping this, I see that I'm not going to be able to cover the very top, but I have those little leftovers that I'm going to use to cover that little area. To hold the burlap in place, I decided to use this jute, and also to give it another look of natural materials. I kind of liked it, and later on you'll see me, I'll put another layer of jute, just another little string, so it looks like 2 strings next to each other. Here's a little tip. put a little glue, hot glue on the stick before you insert it, and this will help hold the stick in place. And I wish I knew the name, but I saw it on at another YouTuber. So in here I'm just gluing the ends where I saw it a little loose. Not too much, just a little to reinforce it. I'm using this little stick to press down the material with the hot glue gun, because as you crafters may know, this is very, very hot. I don't want to get burned again. So I'm going to attach around 3 of those leftover triangles at the bottom, so they could just represent another little material, little flags hanging from the wreath. With this pitberry garland, I'm cutting like 18-inch strips. I'm going to cut 3, one for the bottom, center, and top. And I'm going to wire them down first. They'll be the first to put down, and then the flowers and the leaves and the flowers and the bow on top of it. And some of this garland unraveled, so I used the brown florist tape to repair it so it wouldn't fall apart, the little branches from the garland. And also when I lay out the garland on this design, I'm going to have the little branches swoop up, and the bottom piece will like swoop down, and I'm going to try to tape it or wire it down as much as I can so that it could be seen underneath the flowers. And here I'm just again playing with the layout of the flowers. I think I've done this already twice, and I may do it 3 times. But the center, those large sunflowers, they're just so beautiful. I had them on another arrangement, and I said these gotta go here. So I'm going to be putting that greenery and that kind of like gold and ivory colored leaves at the bottom. I'm going to glue them down underneath the flowers. So here I'm just playing around with how I want it laid out. And I'm taking a picture so I won't forget how I laid it out. And here I'm adding another piece of jute rope, just another strip next to the existing. I think it kind of needed just another item of interest on that area where I won't be applying anything but the jute rope. I don't know, I like that visual of empty space on a wreath, and I decided on this one it'll be on the right side. This large sunflower was a booger to cut with the wire cutters, so I'm not going to show you how long it took me, but it took a few minutes to get it cut off. And here I'm wiring using the lightweight 26 or 28 gauge wire, florist wire, and it's almost like sewing. I just insert the end into right next to the area I want to tighten up the branch or this garland, and then pull it through, and then insert the second one next to the area or very near the area, and then we'll do that to all 3 pieces. So now I'm going to glue down the leaves, and this is going to be like directly across the hanging loop. So I have to keep that in mind as you're making the design. If you want to make this half wreath, is keep in mind where the loop is. If you're going to make half of it fill the half of it with florals. Now I got the small sunflower and the 2 ivory mums glued down, and I'm now going to add finish the other half of the wreath. So I'm adding gluing down the large leaves from the large sunflower. And those are they're going to be glued down first, and then I'll attach the ribbon. But this actually look kind of nice even without the ribbon. As you'll see, I'll just place the flowers on there and it looks pretty nice. So as I'm placing this wheat sprig, I'm looking across to the bottom and make sure it's kind of aligned with the one that's already glued down. And then I'm going to glue down the orange and gold ivory colored leaves around that area. Now if you don't have any fall colored leaves, you can always just use the green leaves, green ferns. That will look perfectly fine. It will still look beautiful. Now I'm gluing down the last piece of the wheat sprig, and it's to have it point upwards. Just putting these leaves to the side. I may need them to put it on an empty area or area I see that's may need it. And I'm going to attach this ribbon. But before I attach, I'm going to actually take it apart. One of the tails was longer, way longer than the other, so I'm going to take it apart, and I don't think I even showed a video of making this bow, so you can now I can share it. Sometimes I get carried away and start doing things without videotaping. So that burnt orange ribbon, it's I think 1.5 or maybe an inch width, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And this the leaf one is from Dollar Tree. Very nice for $1.25. So removing the wire, just twist. It was not even put tightly together. So I'm going to be making with the leaf ribbon with 3 loops on each side, and I believe I had first time had them at 6 inches, and I made them around 5 inches this time. 5-inch loops, I should say. So you want to start off with the tail length, and I think it was left it around, looks like to be maybe 10 inches. And make my first loop. I pinch it there in the center, and there measure, I think it was around 5. Make the second one, and I measure that second loop against the existing one, and at the bottom where I have it pinched, I twist the new piece of ribbon at the bottom, and there I am measuring. You see me twist the ribbon there, and I pinch it together, make a loop again, adjust it, twist again, make the third loop, twist again at the bottom and pinch it closed, and the last loop, twist it, and now I'm ready to apply the wire. And then I just pull it a little tight as I can. Okay, the tails are not exactly the same, but it's a little bit better than before. So now you can adjust the loops the way you like them to be. And again, I'm kind of playing out how I'm going to adjust. So I'm going to go down the last piece of wheat sprig there with the burnt orange leaf. Glue down the second pumpkin, and it's, if you notice it on top, it's almost the exact same position right across. You could add more pumpkins. I would have had if I had some extra, but this is what I had left, and I think it looked pretty nice too with materials I had. So now I'm going to make the bow for the burnt orange ribbon. This one's again from Hobby Lobby, and the loops are a little bit smaller, around 4 inches. So making it just like the first. I make the loop, I twist it in the center, and make the loop. It's all about making loops and twisting. So now I'm adding the wire in the center and tightening up the wire. And I had already cut the ribbon from the spool, so now my second tail was too short, so I just cut another piece of ribbon, and now I'm just reattaching it with another piece of wire. Oopsie. Now with the same wire that's on the burnt orange, I'm using it to attach it to the leaf ribbon there in the center. Just finding the 2 end pieces and just twisting them together. And the one from the leaf ribbon. I'm going to use that to attach to the wreath. If for some reason the wires get all lost in all that movement, you can go ahead and add another wire, another lightweight wire to attach to the wreath. So there's a way around to a lot of boo-boos, or I should say a lot of learnings. So I'm going to take the two ends that are loose, the two wire ends, and insert them through the burlap there, and I'm going to twist until they're nice. It's nice and tight. So now I'm hot gluing any leaves and a large sunflower right next to the ribbon, putting lots of hot glue. And I'd like to put it on the most raised areas of the bottom of the flower. You know, on the smaller sunflower, I'm going to have that kind of facing the opposite direction of the big sunflower, and tuck in an ivory mum right there between those two. On the other side of the ribbon, I'm going to also put in the large sunflower. Put lots of glue on that raised area of the sunflower and on the little tip of the stem, so it can be glued down nice and good. And now I'm going to also put ivory mum right underneath the ribbon. Now I take a step back and look at your design, and I'm going to glue in a few more leaves. These burnt orange and ivory leaves are so pretty. They really give a nice pop of color. That's why I chose this ivory mum. I thought it was just nice pop of bright autumn color instead of all burnt oranges and greens. I wanted that ivory color in my wreath. So you could readjust your bow any way you want. Just round out the loops. And now's the time to trim the tails of your ribbon. So I'm making that little zigzag or little triangle cut. And here's my finished wreath. I hope you like it. If you're inspired by my design, please make one of your own and leave me any comments.